Hi everybody, welcome to Cycling Australia's Core 4 Skills of Cycling. Today's session we're going to be looking at the fundamental process of balance, and we talked about track standing earlier on in the sessions, and today it's going to explore almost like track standing, but we're using a thing called rotary mass and inertia. So when you think about a wheel and when we apply it to the use on a set of rollers, we worry about falling off, but the inertia of the wheel keeps the rider nice and balanced. I'll show you what it looks like. If you were to spin a wheel like this, it's very difficult to change direction. You can make the changes, but you actually have to apply a fair bit of lateral force or sideways force to it. If the wheel is not spinning, it moves nice and freely without any resistance whatsoever. So of course, the objective here is to keep it moving fast and smooth while not really going anywhere. The track stand component really does help us because it maintains our balance and gives us good support so that when we're in a relatively static position with our upper torso, that we still have control of the bike down below. Some interesting points we're going to use Riley to have a look at the aspects of using a set of rollers. Of course, to ride on a set of rollers, you're going to need a bike. In this instance, we're using a track bike. Always ensure that the tyres are pumped up to the recommended pressures. And then we'll have a look at those rollers. Once you've mounted the bike safely, the next thing to do is to start the rollers by pedalling forwards. Now remember, on a track bike, only pedal in a forwards direction. If you were to pedal in a rearward direction, what happens is the front wheel tends to roll off to the side and you can end up having a close look at the ground. Of course, relaxed pedaling is super important. Making sure that you're nice and balanced on the saddle of the bike, but keeping those legs turning over nice and evenly. We're going to have a look at two short videos. The first one, you'll see that she's using a seat as support for her right arm. The second video takes her off the seat, and so she's got both hands on the bars. It's a much better balanced body position to be riding with both hands on the bars. As with most aspects of cycling safely, it's important to look to where you want to go, even when you're on a set of rollers. So what you do is you set up a space to focus on in front, and certainly not down at your front wheel. And the reason for this is it gives us somewhere in the distance, so in the horizon, to be aiming for. It means that we can improve our stability by actually focusing on that point. As with any components of cycling, always there's a bit of fair play and fun in there. So we can go through processes of being able to lift our hands up, riding no hands, and it seems as though that's actually quite a difficult task, but provided that your rollers are set up so that the length of the rollers matches the length of the tyre points where they touch the ground, so in other words the wheelbase, you'll find that you're able to maintain reasonably good control even whilst not holding onto the bars. Now, only do this when you've got someone there to assist with the holding of the bike to start with, just in case you do lose balance. One of the fun things about using rollers for training is that it doesn't just provide us with the stimulus for our leg muscles, it engages our whole core strength. When we're pushing down onto the pedals and so forth, we have to use opposite sides of the body. So in other words, when our right leg is pushing down onto the pedals, the left side of our body is in a relatively static hold position. So we're not saying that you need to go out and do lots of planks or anything like that, but by using a set of rollers as part of your training, you'll also be increasing your core strength.